gentlemen, today we will be taking a drive on the road to see the Revolutionary War.
The French and Indian War was fought between England and France from 1754 to 1763. They were fighting over the Ohio River. England won the war, but they were now in debt.
Geez, did the war really cost that much?
Yes, sir, and there's more where these expenses came from.
All right, I'll think of something.
These colonists are moving onto our land. Yes, we shall prepare to attack if they don't leave. We shall attack these British settlers now. Charge!
In order to keep peace with the Native Americans, King George III signed the Proclamation of 1763 and agreed to not settle on land west of the Appalachian Mountains.
The Sugar Act was passed in 1764 by the English Parliament to offset the war debt brought on by the French and Indian War and to help pay for the expenses of running the colonies and newly acquired territories.
We are being taxed on goods such as sugar, coffee, and indigo dye.
Well, we have to have those things. This tax stinks.
The Currency Act. The Currency Act was in 1764, the first attempt by me, King George III, to show those colonists to his boss. This act will prohibit the colonies from issuing any legal tender paper money. They can only use English money.
We feared the economy would collapse, but as loyalists, we wanted to support our decision to remove paper currencies from circulation.
Yikes, both of the northern and the southern colonies are upset. I hope they don't unite against me.
No taxation without representation.
No taxation without representation.
The Stamp Act was the next tax passed in 1765 to try to lower the huge debt from the French and Indian War.
I need lots of money. We British lost all of our money from the war, so we're adding taxes to all printed materials.
Some of us loyalists were stamp agents. Stamp agents collected tax on printed items such as playing cards and paper. Whenever you colonists purchased these items, you paid these taxes.
Samuel Adams started a group of patriots called the Sons of Liberty who protested these stamps because they were so expensive. The Sons and Daughters of Liberty will use violence and intimidation such as breaking into stamp agents' homes because they are so mad. These taxes shall not go on. We are fed up with it. No taxation without representation.
Good. The Sons of Liberty have been successful. King George just repealed the Stamp Act.
In March of 1776, the English Parliament passed the Declaratory Act, stating that the British government has total power to legislate any laws governing the American colonies.
That will get these patriots back under control.
In 1767, Parliament passed the Townshend Act, which leveled another series of tax on lead, paint, and tea. Even though protests by patriots were banned, the Massachusetts Bay Governor, Thomas Hutchinson, demanded help from the British Army, and in 1768, 4,000 redcoats landed in Boston to help maintain order.
On March 5, 1770, tensions between colonists and soldiers were high.
The soldiers fired into the crowd instantly, killing 3 people and wounding others who later died.
This event quickly spread around and was known as the Boston Massacre. After the Boston Massacre, British leaders said they needed to calm down the colonists.
So it's settled. We're canceling all the unpopular taxes except for the tea tax. This act will force colonists to buy tea from the British East India Tea Company.
I'm so angry. I'm not buying tea anymore. Yeah, me neither.
The colonists spoke out against the law, and the Sons of Liberty took action against the ships in Boston Harbor.
A group of patriots dressed as American Indians snuck onto 3 ships sitting in Boston Harbor. Throw all the tea out.
Hey, stop that. What are some ways to punish them for doing that?
The Intolerable Acts. The Intolerable Acts took place in March 1774. This act was when King George passed many harsh laws to punish the colonists because of the Boston Tea Party. He wouldn't repeal them until the colonists paid for all the damaged tea. The laws included a blockade of the Boston Harbor by British ships, and colonists were not allowed to gather for town meetings.
The First Continental Congress. To protest the Intolerable Acts, colonists gathered together in Philadelphia to take actions against the British. They were tired of taxation without representation and wanted to protect their rights of liberty. Most of the delegates wanted to make peace agreement with Britain, but others wanted Britain to know that an attack on one colony was considered to be an attack on all of them.
The Battle of Lexington and Concord. After the First Continental Congress, colonists started organizing and training the militia. These small armies of ordinary citizens were ready to take on the British if they attacked. Just after midnight on April 19, 1775, British soldiers marched from Boston to the towns of Lexington and Concord.
Boston silversmith Paul Revere rode to Lexington with news that the British Army was coming. No one knows for sure who fired the first shot at Lexington, but it was called the shot heard around the world.
The Second Continental Congress. The Second Continental Congress happened in May 1775 when 65 delegates come together once again and established a new Continental Army, choosing General George Washington to lead the new army. The most difficult decision was if the British would declare independence from Great Britain.
The Declaration of Independence. By spring 1776, many members of the Second Continental Congress decided it was time to declare independence from Great Britain.
In June, a representative from Virginia asked Congress to vote on independence. They wanted to have a written document explaining why it was necessary to declare the Declaration of Independence from Britain.
Thomas Jefferson was very young but was the best writer. He wrote the final draft of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was adopted on July 4th, 1776, and the United States of America was born.
The end. Thank you for coming to our show.